What's up, YouTube? Today I want to talk about my 5 likes and dislikes about this car after 1 year of ownership. So let's get started. Let's start off with the likes. Or actually, let's start off with the dislikes. How about that? So my first dislike is going to be the transmission. Number 1, the clutch. The clutch feels like you're driving a truck. It's like leg pressing 100 pounds. Well, that's a little exaggeration, but if anyone's driven, like, let's say a Miata and they want to compare it to this, or even any BMW for a matter of fact, this feels like you're pushing down on quite a bit of weight. Number 2 for the transmission is the shifter. So the WRX is now not a linkage, but a cable style shifter. It doesn't feel as direct. It's a little more sloppy. So there's a few modifications that does fix that I've talked about in my previous video. But given that, it's still not too bad. It's just, if I'm nitpicking, I would have to say they could really improve on the shifter. But I feel like I've read somewhere in the 2017s they did make a few changes to the shifter and how it feels. So hopefully that helps. Number 2, this is a big one, the stock tune. Now the stock tune is designed by Subaru in a way where it'll work in all regions, whether you're in an elevation up high, let's say in Colorado, or you are in a place where you only have 91 octane available. There's no 93 like that is for me. In California, we don't get anything higher than 91. Well, we get 100 octane, but yeah, if you want to pay like $9 a gallon, yeah, good luck. Other than that, we're stuck with 91. So it's designed to work in all scenarios. So it's not efficient at all, or as efficient as it could be, depending on your area. So this could be fixed by obviously the COBB tuner or any other form of tuning software. There's a couple of them out there, but I have the COBB port and I have it ProTune by Yimi Sport, like I mentioned before, and the car is just way better. It responds a lot better. And not to mention, the other thing about the stock tune was the throttle response. So the way Subaru has it set up is, let's say you push down the throttle, well, another way, the way they have it set up, so where you have all of the throttle in the first like 50% of the throttle position, the gas pedal. So if you push down 20%, it's kind of like 60%. Or if you push down 50%, it's 100%. So on and so forth. So this pretty much makes it where it's linear, so 10% is 10%, 20% is 20%, etc. if you do get a different tuner. So that's why I don't like the stock tuner at all, the stock tune at all. Yes, the paint. It has, I would say, a very soft paint. What I mean by that is you're gonna have tons of rock chips. My front bumper is covered in rock chips just in 11,000 miles. I've tried clay barring it. It's riddled with them, and it's kind of known. Subaru tends to use softer paint in pretty much all their cars. It's nothing new, but coming from the Volkswagen GTI, the paint on that was really good quality. I mean, I couldn't complain. So for the next one, I've got just interior quality in general, more specifically the wind noise. These doors are pretty much, there's no sound deadening in any of them. So compared to my last car, you can hear a lot of wind noise, or even, I'm not even sure, maybe it could be, some of it could be noise from the tire. This guy's not going. Alright, so could be from the tire as well. They do come with the Dunlop Sport Max summer tires. They're decent. They do have plenty of grip for being an OEM tire. I do like the way they handle, but other than that, I'm gonna try replacing the tires because mine are wearing out pretty quickly. As for the wind noise, you could go in and open all your door cards and put sound deadening material in them if you want to do that, but it's not a big deal to me. It's just one of those things. If I was gonna nitpick, I'm gonna have to include it in there. Just, I was used to how quiet it was in the Volkswagen's cabin. Besides the rattles, that thing was riddled with rattles, even compared to this car. Last thing I want to talk about is the attention you get. And I'm not talking about the good kind. I'm talking about the kind where you get these kids or people coming right next to you on the freeway, on the are at a stoplight, revving their engines, trying to race you everywhere you try to go. And it gets old, guys. If you're one of those people, stop it. Stop doing that. We don't want to race you. Alright, now let's talk about what I do like about this car. So the first thing is going to have to be the all-wheel drive drivetrain. Coming from a front-wheel drive car, this is a big leap. Even in regards to safety, performance, whatever it may be. I mean, all-wheel drive, the symmetrical all-wheel drive in the WRX and the even more improved in drivetrain in the STI are just incredible. If you've ever experienced a front-wheel drive car and you go to an all-wheel drive car, you'll know exactly what I mean. I mean, it would be raining outside and you could just put it in first, get on it, and the car just shoots straight forward. No squealing tires, none of that. And then if you're going through some twisties, most of the understeer is pretty much gone. Of course, WRXs in the past have known to have some understeer. These 2015 and up have been improved. You could completely eliminate them if you go with like a rear sway bar, which is what I plan to do down the line. I originally didn't want to do it, but now that I think about it, I think I'm going to do that. The second thing is going to be the space in here. This car is very spacious for this size class it's in. I mean, I get compliments all the time. My friends sitting in here, that's the one thing they always say, wow, it is spacious in here. And I mean, I've seen videos of other YouTubers that put it on and they're like 6 foot tall and they adjust the front seat to their height and they can sit in the back with plenty of room to spare for their legs. It's a very comfortable car to be in, especially on longer road trips. The second thing is going to be how easy it is to work on, to do your own work on this car. I had a German car before, the GTL, like I mentioned before already multiple times, but on that car, it is a pain to do any sort of work in the engine bay, under the car, wherever it may be. Everything was so involved. You had to remove all sorts of things. For example, the downpipe on that car is a mission. You need every sort of extension, elbow, whatever you want to call it, U-joint, just to get to one bolt. And it was maybe like a 12-hour job for me the first time. On this car, it was cake. I mean, everything's there, everything's wide and open. You don't have to do any extra steps just to get to the part you're replacing. I mean, it's just a lot easier, and they weren't lying when they said it's easier to work on Japanese cars. The fourth thing I want to talk about is going to have to be the miles per gallon. And that might not be too important to a lot of people, but the fact that you could have a car like this and tune it to get this much power out of, and it's just fun to drive, and still manage to get 30 to 34 miles per gallon is amazing. Especially in this day and age where gas prices are just keep going up and up. Last but not least, my favorite thing is going to have to be the community that comes with owning a Subaru. What I mean by that is the fact that you're going to have other Subaru drivers, in particular WRX and STI drivers, giving you thumbs up, peace signs, whatever it may be every time you come across one. It's a good feeling knowing that you belong to kind of a family of cars. And I had this with the Volkswagen as well, and now that I'm in the Subaru, I'm glad it's still here. If I'm driving down the highway, I'll see another Subaru driver driving. Mostly it's going to be WRX and STI drivers, like I mentioned, and they'll throw a wave and I'll wave back, or I'll get a thumbs up. In general, it's a good feeling. Alright guys, so that's my 5 likes and dislikes about the car after 1 year of ownership. If you guys want to share what your dislikes and likes are about the car, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your comments on that. And other than that, I hope you guys like the content. I also wanted to mention, I've had a few people leave comments about tips on how to make my videos a little bit better, where I could improve, and I would love for you guys to leave some criticism below, whether it be negative, positive, whatever it may be, whatever could help me improve my videos or the way I talk. Anything helps. I won't take anything personally, trust me. I would love to improve myself on what I'm trying to do here. So this is all new to me, of course, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So go ahead and leave some comments about that, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.